Hello, my name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back here together again. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a bit of a late video, because, I meant to do this on Friday, but I was kind of lazy the past couple days, but whatever. So, to give you kind of a context of why I'm doing this list, let me kind of, tell you about something. So, about the first week of June, we had a streaming service. My family had a streaming service called Discovery Plus, where basically, now I didn't really use it because the only streaming services I use are Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, and HBO Max. That's really all I use. But, and my sister and mom used it really only to watch Ghost Adventures. Yes, they watch that. I don't watch it. They watch it. And so they were like, why don't we switch Discovery Plus for Paramount Plus? And I'm like, that's actually kind of cool because I actually wanted Paramount Plus for a while. And I've watched some things on there. I've watched some new originals like the Beavis and Butthead movie, Jerry and Marge, Go Large, and I've seen some stuff on there, Interstellar, all that stuff. So I've seen some stuff on there. But one of the things that I really wanted to watch was the new SpongeBob movie that came out last year, the SpongeBob movie Sponge on the Run. And personally, that was a movie I really wanted to see, so I finally saw it. And so here is my ranking of all 3 SpongeBob films. So for me, as this is the most recent film of this series that I did see, it is the weakest of the SpongeBob films, mainly because, now on the positives, it's still a pretty good film. You know, the humor in it still works. I mean, the stuff with Patrick making jokes about irons is just great. The fact that you got Keanu Reeves as this, like, thing from the West, I thought that was really cool. I thought that was pretty funny. There was a lot of jokes in here that I was like, there's literally a scene where Plankton's reading, like, a letter from someone, and he's saying blah, 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 blah. And it's literally saying blah 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 on the paper, and it's jokes like that I thought worked. The specific story of them trying to get Gary again was not the most interesting thing, as they kidnapped Gary because the king wanted to have a moisturizer for his face, and I don't really think that plotline was very interesting. I feel like the story at the end with the king and kind of making friends and stuff, I guess it was kind of cool. I like the scene where it was kind of like a court situation and all the characters kind of like admit their feelings for SpongeBob, especially what they do with Squidward, where he was like, this little dude is my friend and he doesn't deserve to die. And I'm like, this is great. And personally, this whole movie really just has all these voice actors who've played these characters since 1999. And the fact that they're playing these characters many years later is so amazing, and I love it. Another thing is, it was also kind of funny that mostly all these characters really just met in like this summer camp, like from the SpongeBob lore, that's not exactly how that happened. So I kind of liked that, but overall, the movie was pretty good. Also, I do not like the designs of the characters, especially what they do with Sandy. Her eyes look like out of that movie that makes fun of other movies with Alvin the Chipmunks. Do not like that at all. But overall, it's a pretty fun, enjoyable film that I probably will watch again. Now for me, this film actually kind of did a lot of cool things, but then it kind of had some missteps in the big half. So the big thing is that once again, of course, it does start out with Plankton trying to steal the secret formula like he always does, where he has this big plan. You have mayo jokes and all this stuff, and it has the humor that you like from SpongeBob. But what makes it cool is that you have this relationship between SpongeBob and Plankton that I thought was really cool as they develop teamwork. And as they go through these time machines, you meet like this dolphin guy, and I thought that was pretty cool. You also have like all these weird things happen. You have all this soundtrack that's great. Like Yeah, here we go now. Play with us before we melt. And even then, you have like a whole plotline where the whole Bikini Bottom, because he wants to work with Plankton, the whole Bikini Bottom starts going off on SpongeBob. And it's like, it's crazy the way all that works. And then, of course, when you get Antonio Banderas in the mix of stealing the secret formula, and all the characters go into live action mode, and they become superheroes, I thought that was actually a nice, fun twist, where you like get SpongeBob as like this bubble blowing guy. You get Patrick wielding the power to summon ice cream cones, which at first seems like a useless power, but then he's able to use it in very creative ways. You got Mr. Krabs doing some type of robot, as there was an episode in the series where Squidward and SpongeBob thought he was a robot. So I thought that was I don't know if that was a nod to that episode, but I thought that was a nice little detail that I noticed. You got Squidward having the power of sound with his clarinet, with his supersonic clarinet. Then you have Sandy, because she has a spacesuit and a helmet underwater. She can come out and be the live action land squirrel that she's always been. And then you get Plankton, who's like this hulking beast, who basically is like the Hulk with a little head. And it's just awesome to see that this whole team working together. And I thought the superhero stuff was pretty cool. And then even like the fact that the ending of the film actually created into the opening title of the show, I thought that was really cool. Like, I mean, obviously, I don't know if that's actually true, if that was the guy that's been doing this whole title show for the whole time. But if that's the case, I would have loved that. So, I enjoyed things about this movie. There are things in it that, there's not really specific problems I have with this movie, but I wouldn't really consider it to be one of the great films of all time, but it is still pretty enjoyable, and I definitely would recommend it. Now, this is a film that I feel like if you're a fan of SpongeBob and everything SpongeBob, you will absolutely love this film. Whether, like, the film really starts out, and all these pirates are going to watch the SpongeBob movie. So basically, it's a movie taking place in a world that the people are watching are a movie for SpongeBob. And the whole film is just catered where you actually get Plankton winning. Like, the King of the Seven Seas freezes Mr. Krabs, so that gives Plankton the advantage to steal the crown, and his whole plan is in motion where he can actually get the formula and have everybody go to the chum bucket, only to have the whole town be surrounded by chum buckets, and it's up to Patrick and SpongeBob to go get the crown from Shell City. And it has this whole theme in the movie where it's like we're men. You don't have to be men to do this. You just gotta believe. And then it also sets up that theme where you get to the end of the film when they return back to the Bikini Bottom, or even when you get to the part where it actually kind of gets emotional, where they're under the lamp, and they're like slowly dying, and it's kind of emotional, and I kind of cried at that a little bit. Even though, the crying bits are sad, are funny, it's kind of emotional in the way they actually kind of did that. But then you get to the end of the film where they actually, and then even the moment where they're like, sorry, I keep going back to moments I like in the movie, where they're like, where all the creatures just start coming alive and they beat up the Shell City guy, and then they come back at the end of the film, and the whole Goopy Gooper thing with the ice cream stuff, it's the way to free all of them. That song is the way to free all of them. It's an awesome moment, and I absolutely love it. So it has a lot of iconic moments. It's hilarious. It's funny. It's enjoyable. It's entertaining. It has a great theme. You care about the characters, and overall, it's everything you love of a SpongeBob film. So for me, SpongeBob the movie comes in at number 1. So that's my ranking of all 3 SpongeBob movies. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All my social media stuff is in the about section over there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.